What's up, y'all? People still think Tesla is just an electric car company, but that is the old lens. That lens is outdated. Tesla is no longer being built just as an automaker. Tesla is being rebuilt as an AI company, robotics company, autonomous transportation company, energy company, and a real-world intelligence platform. The car is becoming the first hardware shell, and that is why Tesla may be the most misunderstood company on earth. So in this video, we're going to break down what Tesla is really becoming, not from a hype perspective, but from a top-down investor perspective. Tesla cars are no longer just cars. The first major shift is this. Traditional car companies sell hardware one time. Ford sells you a car, GM sells you a car, Toyota sells you a car. But Tesla is trying to sell you hardware, software, AI, and recurring intelligence updates. This is a completely different model. A regular car gets old after you buy it. A Tesla can keep improving through software updates. That is why Tesla vehicles are becoming rolling AI computers on wheels. Every Tesla has cameras, chips, software, cloud connectivity, navigation, data collection, and over-the-air updates. So Tesla isn't just selling transportation. Tesla is building smart machines that keep getting smarter. FSD is the brain of Tesla. Full self-driving is the center of Tesla thesis. Without FSD, the bigger vision does not work. FSD is Tesla teaching artificial intelligence how to move throughout the real world. It has to understand roads, lane, cars, pedestrians, traffic lights, signs, turns, edge cases, and human behavior. That is not just driving. That is real world AI. And that matters because the same AI skills needed for self-driving cars also matter for robots. Vision, prediction, movement, obstacle avoidance, decision making, and path planning. That is why FSD is bigger than a car feature. FSD is Tesla's physical world operating system. Why some Waymo cars got stuck during a blackout in San Francisco, and why Tesla approach is much different. Now, here is something very important that recently happened in San Francisco because it highlights one of the biggest differences between how Waymo and Tesla design autonomous driving. And this difference matters a lot long term. The simple breakdown is this. Waymo relies more heavily on mapped environments, external infrastructure, cloud connected systems, and remote fleets. Tesla designed FSD much more like an AI brain inside the vehicle. That difference is massive because during outages, network failures, weak signal areas, or infrastructure disruption, these systems behave very differently. Why some Waymo vehicles stop during the blackout? Waymo vehicles are extremely advanced, but they were designed around a heavily managed robo-taxi ecosystem. Waymo uses HD map cities, LiDAR, radar, cameras, cloud-connected systems, remote fleet monitoring, and geofence operational zones. Think about Waymo like this, a robot operating inside a highly managed digital city. So if communication systems become uncertain or networking disruptions happen, the vehicle may enter safe stop mode, pullover mode, or minimal risk conditions because the system prioritizes safety first. In simple terms, the vehicle may decide, I cannot fully verify system reliability right now, so it stops. And that is why you saw reports of some Waymo vehicles freezing or pulling over during an infrastructure disruption. Tesla's philosophy is completely different. Tesla designed FSD around local onboard AI. This is one of the biggest differences in the entire autonomous vehicle industry. Tesla vehicles contain onboard computers, custom FSD chips, local neural networks, onboard camera processing, and real-time local inference, meaning the actual driving decisions happen inside the vehicle, not mainly in the cloud. That means Tesla vehicles do not need constant connectivity to steer, brake, accelerate, interpret roads, or navigate traffic. The AI runs directly inside the car. This is the key concept. Tesla trains the AI in a giant data center, but deploys the trained intelligence locally in every vehicle. Think about it like this. Cloud equals the training school, and the car equals deployed robot with its own brain. This is Tesla's architecture. The cloud still matters for Tesla. Now, Tesla does use the cloud, but mostly for fleet learning, training models, software updates, telemetry uploads, navigation data, and AI improvement. The actual real-time driving decisions are happening locally on the FSD computer. That is why Tesla vehicles can still operate even with weak LTE, temporary outages, low signal areas, parking garages, and tunnels, because the inference engine is on board. This is the simplest way to think about it. Waymo approach is robo-taxi first, geo-fenced, infrastructure heavy, cloud/fleet assisted ecosystem, and ultra redundant sensors. Tesla approach is mass scale consumer vehicles, vision-based AI, onboard neural networks, local AI inference, and generalized driving system. Or even simpler, Waymo, the city helps the robot drive. Tesla, the robot learns how to drive itself. Why Tesla built custom FSD chips? Tesla realized something important years ago. If autonomous driving depends too heavily on external infrastructure, global scaling becomes much harder. So Tesla built custom AI chips, onboard inference computers, and neural network accelerators. The goal was simple: make every car its own AI computer. That is why Tesla vehicles can process camera feeds locally in real time. The car is basically carrying around its own mini AI data center. The bigger AI lesson. And this actually reflects where the entire AI industry is going. Cloud systems train AI models. Edge devices run AI models locally. That includes smartphones, robots, drones, autonomous vehicles, and industrial machines. Tesla is essentially building edge AI for transportation, and that may become one of Tesla's biggest long-term strategic advantages because local AI systems are low latency, faster, more resilient, and less infrastructure dependent, which matters a lot in tunnels, rural areas, outages, disasters, parking garages, and weak signal zones. That is the deeper technological difference investors are starting to notice between Tesla and Waymo. Robotaxi could change Tesla's economics. This is where the business model gets crazy. Normal Tesla economics are Tesla sells one car and makes one gross margin. Robotaxi economics, the car can produce revenue every day. Instead of selling transportation once, Tesla wants to sell transportation as a service. That means Tesla is trying to build Uber without paying human drivers. That is the disruption. If Tesla can make robotaxi work at scale, Tesla no longer looks like a normal automaker. It starts looking like a transportation network, software platform, and autonomous fleet operator. That is why Wall Street cares so much about robotaxi, because selling a car is one-time money, but a robotaxi could become recurring cash flow. Cybercab is built for autonomous economics. Cybercab is not just another Tesla model. It is designed for autonomous fleet economics. No steering wheel, no pedals, and lower costs. Built only for self-driving transportation. That tells us Tesla is no longer asking, how do we sell more EVs? Tesla is asking, how do we build autonomous transportation infrastructure? That is a very different company. Smart Summon is a small feature with a big signal. Tesla Smart Summon is a feature inside Tesla Full Self-Driving that lets Tesla drive itself to you slowly in places like parking lots, driveways, private properties, and some low-speed environments. Using the Tesla app, you can tell the car, come to me, or go to this location, and the vehicle will attempt to navigate around parked cars, shopping carts, pedestrians, curbs, and obstacles while driving at a very low speed. The simplest possible breakdown. Think of Smart Summon like this: calling your car like you call an elevator. Instead of you walking to your car, the car slowly drives to you. A lot of people underestimate Smart Summon. Oh, the car comes to you in the parking lot. That's just a gimmick, but it is not. Smart Summon teaches Tesla low speed navigation, pedestrian behavior, obstacle avoidance, parking lot environment, parking lot movement, and remote command execution. Every small autonomy feature is another data brick in Tesla's giant AI wall. Gronk in Tesla car adds a language brain. This is one of the most important parts. Tesla is not just building cars that drive. Tesla is adding a conversational AI layer inside the vehicle. Before, Tesla cars equals self-driving machines. Now, Tesla car equals self-driving machines plus conversational intelligence. Grok can become the voice, personality, and command interface of the vehicle. Today, it may mostly be an assistant, but long term, it can become the digital co-pilot inside the car. This is how a dumb vehicle becomes a smart companion. Grok, X, Tesla, and Optimus are part of one intelligent loop. Most investors treat Elon companies separately, but the bigger picture is that these companies may connect into one intelligent ecosystem. X gives real-time human conversation and culture. Grok gives language and reasoning. Tesla cars give real-world movement and vision data. Optimus gives physical task execution. Robotaxi gives autonomous deployment. So the big idea is this: language AI, vision AI, movement AI, and robotics AI all feeding into each other. That is why Tesla is not just a car story, it is an embodied AI story. Optimus could be the biggest long term bet. Optimus may be the biggest long term opportunity inside Tesla. Because if Tesla can build humanoid robots at scale, the market is much larger than cars. Cars solve transportation, robots solve labor. Optimus needs vision, balance, movement, and task execution. Grok can add conversation, instruction, reasoning, and workflow logic. Together, that could create a robot that understands commands like organize this warehouse, bring me this tool, check these shelves, inspect this machine. This is not just a robot arm, this is general labor AI. Tesla Energy is the quiet giant. Tesla Energy does not get talked about enough, but it could become a major business. Tesla Energy includes Megapacks, Powerwall, solar integration, battery storage, and grid software. Why does this matter? Because the future Tesla is building needs massive power. Robotaxis need charging, AI data centers need power, factories need power, homes need backup power, the grid needs storage. So Tesla Energy could become the power layer behind the entire ecosystem. Tesla is not just trying to move people. Tesla is trying to help power the future infrastructure. Tesla Semi, the hidden freight AI play. Now, here's another Tesla business that most investors underestimate: Tesla Semis. And this is important because Tesla Semis is not just an electric truck. Tesla Semis is Tesla attempting to completely change the freight transportation the same way Tesla disrupted the car industry. But the real story is much bigger than trucking. Tesla Semi is really about autonomous freight, AI driven logistics, energy infrastructure, lower transportation costs, software defined trucking, and eventually autonomous freight networks. The simplest possible breakdown: traditional trucking runs on diesel engines, expensive fuel, expensive maintenance, human driver limitation, oil changes, transmission, and emission systems. Tesla wants to replace that with electric drivetrain, AI assistant trucks, lower maintenance, mega charging infrastructure, software driven logistics, and lower operating costs. Tesla wants trucking to become software defined transportation. Why Tesla semis matter so much? Freight is one of the largest industries on earth. Almost everything you buy touches trucking at some point, from food, electronics, retail goods, construction materials, Amazon deliveries, and supply chain. This market is enormous. Tesla is not just chasing any opportunity. Tesla is attacking freight, logistics, and transportation infrastructure. That is a much bigger game. The core Tesla semi thesis: truck fleets care about one thing: how much money does this truck save or make me? That is the key. Fleet operators do not buy trucks emotionally, they buy economics. Tesla believes Semi can eventually lower fuel costs, maintenance costs, downtime, brake wear, and if Tesla can reduce total cost per mile, that becomes extremely disruptive to the trucking industry. Why megawatts charging is a huge deal. One of Tesla Semi's biggest strategic advantages is megawatt charging, because traditional EV chargers are too slow for freight operation. Trucking companies cannot afford long downtime, inefficient charging, and route delays. So Tesla created mega chargers, freight charging, and megawatt level charging systems. This is important because Tesla is not just building trucks. Tesla is building electric freight infrastructure. Very different business. Autonomous trucking is the real long-term story. And this is where things get very important. Tesla Semis is also a future autonomous freight platform because long-haul trucking is actually easier for AI than dense city driving. Why? Because highways are more predictable, more structured, less chaotic, and simpler lane behavior. That makes freight one of the biggest future opportunities for full self-driving. Tesla eventually wants autonomous freight moving, AI logistics, lower labor costs, and 24/7 trucking operations. That could completely reshape freight economics globally. Why Tesla semis fit the bigger Tesla AI ecosystem. And this is where Tesla ecosystem starts connecting together. Tesla semis connect directly into FSD Autonomy Brain, Tesla Energy for charging infrastructure, Megapack for grid support, AI chips for onboard inference, Robotaxi for shared autonomy stack, the same AI system Tesla uses for cars, robotaxis, and Optimus, can eventually help freight transportation too. That is why Tesla semis matter strategically, because Tesla is trying to build one reusable AI ecosystem across transportation. PepsiCo is the first major real-world test. One of Tesla Semi's largest early customers has been PepsiCo because real-world fleet testing is more important than marketing presentation. Early pilot programs showed strong torque, quieter operations, meaningful freight usage, and positive driver feedback. Tesla Semis is now moving from concept phase into real logistics operation, and that is a major transition. Why Tesla Semis took so long? A lot of investors wonder why Tesla Semis was delayed for years. But electric trucking is much harder than passenger EVs. Challenges include battery weight, thermal management, range under load, charging infrastructure, durability, and manufacturing scale. Heavy duty freight requires enormous reliability. Tesla had to wait for battery improvement, AI hardware improvement, charging infrastructure, and manufacturing scale. This is one reason why Tesla built megachargers alongside the Semi. Why Wall Street cares. Wall Street sees Tesla Semis as a massive new market opportunity, AI and autonomy expansion, logistics disruption, transportation infrastructure expansion, and software defined freight. Because if Tesla succeeds, Tesla could eventually participate in autonomous trucking, freight software, AI logistics, charging infrastructure, and transportation networks. That market is gigantic. Tesla Semi is not simply an electric truck. Tesla Semi is Tesla attempting to revamp freight transportation, trucking economics, autonomous logistics, AI driven freight movement, and charging infrastructure. And that fits directly into Tesla's largest goal, building AI powered transportation infrastructure for the physical world. The Tesla Diner is not about burgers. Now let's talk about the Tesla Diner in Los Angeles. Most people see food, movies, and chargers, but the diner is not really about burgers. It is a prototype of Tesla's future ecosystem. It combines charging, entertainment, software, food, commerce, branding, and future robotaxi infrastructure. Tesla Diner is an autonomous mobility experience center. That is the difference. Tesla is trying to turn charging into monetizable customer engagement time. Instead of people just waiting to charge, Tesla wants them eating, watching, ordering, interacting, and staying inside the ecosystem. That is Apple-like thinking. Hardware, software, services, and experience all connected. The diner makes even more sense when you think about robotaxis. Future robotaxi fleets will need charging, cleaning, service, pickup zones, drop-off zones, food, waiting areas, and fleet management. Now look at the diner again. It has massive charging infrastructure. It has customer waiting space. It has vehicle integration. It has entertainment. And it has a central urban location. That starts looking less like a restaurant and more like a future autonomous mobility hub. That is Tesla testing what life looks like when cars become intelligent transportation platform. Tesla is no longer accurately described as just an EV company. Tesla is attempting to build artificial intelligence that can move through the physical world. Cars were phase one. Robotaxis are phase two. Optimus is phase three. Energy is the power layer. Gronk is the intelligence layer. X is the human data layer. And the Tesla Diner is an early physical test of the ecosystem. So the real question is no longer how many cars did Tesla sell? The real question is, can Tesla become the operating system for the physical world? Because if Tesla can connect cars, AI, robots, energy, software, and autonomous transportation, then Tesla is not just competing with automakers. Tesla is trying to build the future infrastructure of the mobility, labor, and intelligence. If y'all like this breakdown, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share. And y'all have a good one. Peace out.